near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's me, Denny Schaefer.
He's an idiot.
And the number one thing I always hear from people, how's retirement? Well, I got news for you. I'm not retired, and the show is moving to 10 a.m. until noon starting on Monday. Me and Chris.
Hollywood.
It's Denny Radio Sports and More, where we talk sports, life in Toledo, and anything else that pops into my wackadoo brain. It's the most fun and unpredictable radio I have ever been a part of. Join us, won't you?
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Without the alcohol.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. Paragon 4 is in the NBA playoffs tonight. In the East, Cavs, Pistons, and Cleveland. Detroit leading the series 2-1. Knicks play the winner after sweeping the Sixers yesterday. ESPN's Jay Williams says the Knicks should want another shot at Detroit.
Kate Cunningham, because Kate Cunningham is a Knicks killer.
Yeah, that is.
And JB Bickerstaff, we want all the smoke with that team all the time. You haven't seen this version of us. Okay, I want that back. I want a chance to redeem myself.
Williams on Get Up. Cavs, Pistons, followed by Thunder and Lakers from L.A. OKC with a chance to complete the sweep tonight. Tips at 8 and 10:30 Eastern. Game 5 in T-Wolves Spurs tomorrow. Spurs star Victor Wembanyama will not face any further discipline for elbowing Minnesota's Naz Reid and will play after being called for a flagrant 2 in the second quarter yesterday. The Bucks are open for business on trade offers for two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bucks engaged in talks at the deadline after he expressed the time had come to part ways.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy. Coming up Tuesday, it's NFL schedule release week, and I'll tell you my top 5 games I'm most excited about this upcoming season. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
He's the voice of the Toledo Walleye and the Toledo Mud Hens. He is none other than the one and only Mr. Matt Melzak. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How are we?
The Walleye comment situation.
These two teams are so identical. They play very similar styles. So I think the X factors to me is going to be the netminders and whose goaltender makes some big time saves at certain points of games when they need it. And to me, it'll be the special teams as well. These two teams were 1 and 2 in the playoff or in the regular season power play. So if one of those can get hot for either side, if Toledo's power play gets hot in this series, they're probably going to win the series. If it's Fort Wayne's, they're probably going to win the series. It's just such a very similar group both ways that I think this is going to be a very difficult series to predict or to tell what's going to really happen.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed. And so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant.
It's showtime! It's showtime!
Come on. You wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go.
Make it real Monday. Good day to all. We hope your weekend was splendid. Welcome to the fastest buck 20 in sports. We call it black and white sports. They call me Andre of the Savages. We are brought to you by my good friends at the Bellamere Suites. Josh Burnham alongside. Don't do that. I didn't call for that. Good day to you. Hi, Josh. Already doing too much on a Monday.
That's the story of my life.
Well, that's okay. It's okay. Did you have good fun over the weekend, sir? It's a lot going on here. I want to get to it, but let me do the pleasantries.
I had a very pleasant Mother's Day with my family.
That is wonderful. I hope all of you did that as well, because that was really the thing, too. Did everybody get busy for mom? Those of you who are still blessed to be able to spend moments, feel good about it, Josh. I didn't even necessarily know mine was going to take a shift into fun times real quick. And if I'm being honest, I should flake everybody out and tell you what information I gained in this conversation in the timeshare with my mother. I got updates on info that I thought I knew.
So I take it you guys had a pleasant Mother's Day too?
It was cool. Like I said, I didn't know it was going to be cool. You know what I mean? I didn't know. You know, I was actually it started out with trying to help her have a cool day where I actually thought I might have been excused on a certain level. I didn't think she was trying to be bothered. You know what I mean? You don't want to get in the way. If she had a different plan, you know, you want to be in it, but you never know. You know, you don't know what direction they may go. Typically, they appreciate you being around, Josh. But can you imagine your mother telling you one day, you know what, son, why don't you fall back on this one?
Yeah, that happened a few times.
No, seriously? I was just being, that has happened to you before?
Well, there's times that she says, take it easy because
well, she doesn't. But okay, has it ever been a time where she said, I'm going on a different activity? Now you can maybe get involved or maybe not. She didn't. She was indifferent because she was looking forward to her Mother's Day agenda. Has that ever, and you weren't in it?
That never really happened.
You can't recall that going on? Okay, okay. Not mad at that. No, because it's funny. I'm asking Josh for a friend to see if I could do something advisory because I was trying to have a discussion because I know some people where that kind of happened. You know what I mean? They're like their mom had a different situation and they were upset. So you're telling me, Josh, this person could be upset that their mother was doing a different shift and didn't necessarily include them.
Well, maybe it's one of those situations where mom just wants to have a celebration without the members of the family.
I don't know, Josh.
I
This
mean-
is why I won't go to the detail because I don't want to incriminate folks, right? But it smelled like, Josh. It was funky. It didn't seem right. It seemed funny when I heard it.
Just like peanut butter.
It did. When I when I got the description, it sounded like, but like I said, let's not take that angle. Let's just change the perspective and let's go with whatever mom's plan is. And like I said, I was dealt a shift, Josh. I did not think my day would entail, you know what I mean? Like I said, getting to actually kind of conversate with my mom, and she was able to actually communicate with her granddaughter and all the rest. So it was cool.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know that's how it was gonna go. So yeah, I'm not mad. I hope the people did it, all right, and did it well. Fellas, it should have cost you a bunch of bread. You know how that goes, but you don't care. You good. You don't care.
Sometimes it's a little price to pay to say thanks to the ones that brought you into
Well,
this earth.
yeah, you couldn't. We said this the other day. The bottom line is you couldn't have got on set. That's the whole deal with that. However it went, and sometimes it's not always great because some people don't have the best situations. That's what makes it funny in times like these, because everybody, the social context and the framework and the tenor of society says it's an ultimate celebration and exalting of moms and everything. But we all know there are some mothers who end up being mother others.
Mhm.
Yeah. Again, CSB with a lot of them. See, there's another side to life, Josh. See, we pick and choose how we want to hang up and everybody dance and prance around. And some of the people, this is what gets me with the Facebook nationsers and the TikTok estheticians. No, I don't want to say estheticians because that'll diss them.
Or
God
the,
bless them. I don't want to say that like that. I was trying to find a clever way to TikTokians, right? And these people, because they decide everybody has to be celebrated. Oh, my mom is the best mom, and you're the mom of moms. Stop lying. You haven't talked to your mother.
Yeah, and don't forget the Instagram instigators.
You ain't talked to your mother since ever. When you decided you were done. Now something else, it gets tragic. Then here you come floating through looking crazy. So that's why. But it's just the better thing. Go ahead and celebrate. Like I said, I hope you all had a great day with it. Like mine ended up being cool. So, like I said, Josh, I got some information about myself that I did not have stored to memory.
Can't wait to know what
Well,
it is.
I don't know if I should tell you. The thing is, because I don't want to deal with the crap and people acting like I'm making it up. I didn't encourage my mother. I was sitting there. We were eating snacks and we're snacking and we're sagging and we're sipping, and I'm asking questions. And really, it was about follow-up information on things that I had already shared here. And I just wanted to confirm because I was telling her, I was like, recently I was saying these things on the show. And I wanted to make sure in case I ever have to bring you in, because some people still will be questioning the information that I did share. Are you getting that? You see why I don't want to share more?
I'm getting it.
Yeah, because she enriched it. Yeah, no, Josh, it's way deeper than I thought in my entire life. And I got some numbers, Josh. We've been here for some frames. We've been hanging around. I'm serious, man. But it got deeper. And nobody will accept it. You will say, oh, of course, he's embellishing. That's the word they like to use. No. Whose mother is going to sit up on Mother's Day and just sit in your face and lie, especially making it clear she was thoroughly in a thrilled energy, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was going with my other family. There was something, they were going to church. There was a whole thing. My mission was to help with the footwear. She wanted something different so I'm like, oh, this is an easy out. You know what I'm saying? Boom, new shoes, let's rock it. You know what I mean? And this could be, I might get loose. Nope. It ended up being we came together, and in the conference, that's all I'm telling you. I got new info, and the info was deeper than I thought, and life is heavier than I thought. Now, and your mother wouldn't lie to you like that. I know they can lie to you. I know our mothers can lie. That's the thing. Most of us will never understand the depths of our mother's lies to help us keep the hero intact.
Because they know that the truth hurts.
You don't want to know. I'm seeing some mothers now. I'm seeing some women that are grandmothers now. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what was my grandmother doing? My grandparents. Because, I was around at the age when they was like my age, I remember. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to think. But, you got to be real with yourself. Adults are adults. Doesn't matter because it's your adults. It's your family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Henri SOBs. Imagine with your grandmother. Think about your grandmother. Then your mama. Whoa. But there you go. There's a Mother's Day flip for you, Josh. How about that?
Talk about flipping the script.
Yeah, well, it's black and white sports. And guess what we're doing today? I have to make it real because I got to make a call. And I have a special mission today, Josh, because of the death of the Lakers today. You know it's death day for Lakers, right?
Yeah, let's just say they're in a particular pickle and they face kind of like, I wouldn't say insurmountable, but rather steep odds in terms of
well, it's never been done.
Getting back up. Yeah, of course. It's possible, but it's slim and none.
No,
And
it's
Slim
not.
just checked in at the airport. At the airport.
This is what they say. And this is what we will have to say. There's never been evidence of this before. Ever.
And you have a feeling that team this year has a good.
I didn't say nothing, Josh. I'm just chilling. I'm just right here. I'm chilling.
I'm just saying, like, you like their chances.
Well, let's say I don't know if I'm ready to attend the memoriam. But I'm supposed to say that. You some say, see, that's ridiculous coming from me, because again, the Laker thing, just all of it. It's nonsense, to come on here and do that. That's no.
So you're saying that the Lakers' sudden demise is premature and jumping the gun, at least.
Perhaps. I mean, it's ridiculous to think. Why? They can't compete. There's too many people. I don't know all of it. I'm hearing all of it. I don't know, Josh. I guess it is. It is over, except that, Josh, once upon a time, it was 3-1 that they said. Now, that was in the finals. It wasn't that it hadn't been. But then they used to say in the finals, Josh Burnham, that it would never be recalled a time when it had happened. There wasn't. 3-1. They never saw it before. Remember, Josh, there was a time. Josh, there was a time.
Oh, definitely. I remember it so well. It's like, what, a couple of years ago?
2016.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yep. Anniversary-ish-ness. But listen, why do I bring it up? Well, because I was thinking to myself back then, as absurd as that was at the time. If I were LeBron, I were thinking in my clever ways of thinking and plotteteering that I've always been doing, and in fine fashion, we do have to admit at this juncture, we must admit. I said, what kind of thing would I do if I was trying to get the general populace to start or at least shift a narrative or perhaps an entire belief pattern that would more so align with me being the greatest player that we've ever seen than if I could somehow figure out not only Josh Burnham, how to come back and win a series from 1-3 in the finals, remember, but to actually beat the team that at the time the argument was these people are better than Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Bulls of 70 and 12?
Yeah, they were 72 and 10.
72 and 10. My bad. Thank you. Remember them. And then we got, it was what? The Warriors of 9.
73 and 9.
And if we can zap them, that was clever mastery. But I bring it up because I can recall Steve Taylor actually had a show on these airwaves back at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And I can recall calling Steve. No, I didn't call. Steve called me that day. He said, hey, I want to call you and get your thoughts on LeBron and the Cavs. I said, okay, I'll be more than happy to jump on. It was a Sunday morning. And I'm going to leave it there. Steve Taylor will be through here later today. We're going to call him. We're going to call him again, Josh. We'll just call him again, except it's flipped, we'll talk to him.
We'll do it live.
Yep. So let's break it real quick. Let's do it when we come back, and we'll put Monty on the scene as well. We'll talk and ask him some stuff. But we're in here, people. Listen, you already know what it is. Lakers OKC tonight. Pistons Cavs. That's as real. I'm just not giving that enough attention. We coming back to that because I think we might have some flippery there. Be cool on going crazy with all your Cavness, but I don't know. Perhaps you should have it. The Knicks thing, Knicks look sick. We get it. Record breaking, all of that. It's just that I feel like we still shouldn't believe this all the way. The draft lottery, Wizards, that's heavy if you're actually thinking about it and thinking about the roster that's currently there. And, of course, Wemby's elbow. We're talking way too much about that. It's a fast $1.20. Sorry, might have started a little bit slower. We're going to cook it. Don't you worry, okay? Let's come back. We'll add the fellas. We'll make the call. We have work to do. But please, chill out with the funeral.
The takes are cold. The delivery is savage. Black and white sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
We have an accident blocking the 75 southbound off-ramp to Detroit. Other than that, typical volume for this time of your Monday commute. Seeing anything or not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Looking for a good deal? Mama Mary's Pizza will give you 20% off any online order when you use the promo code BUCK20. That's BUCK and the number 20. We know sometimes you're just too tired to make dinner. Mama Mary's Pizza makes it easy and easy on your wallet. There's something for mom, dad, and the kids. New York style, authentic, thin crust pizza, salads, subs, pastas, and more. Get 20% off at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just click menu, then deals, then $1.20. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Wow, Feather for Outfitters has a great Hornady ammo deal through May 29th. When you purchase $75 in Hornady ammo, choose a free hitch cover or coffee tumbler. Save on Hornady ammo, 20 rounds, 204 Ruger, 40 grain VMAX Super Performance, $26.99, or 50 rounds, 17 HMR 17 grain, $17.99, 50 rounds, 223 Remington, 55 grain, $46.99, or 20 rounds, 22 250 Remington, 50 grain VMAX Super Performance, $32.99. Visit your local Fenn and stock up.
Weather from the Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Drive away in your new Toyota today at Jim White Toyota, Central Avenue Strip. Right car, right price, right now.
Well, if you planted some sensitive blooms Mother's Day weekend, you might want to cover them up again. Frost is possible overnight, a low of 38 here in Toledo with light winds. 68 tomorrow with some light afternoon rain, becoming heavier after sunset. Winds from the south to southwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour, but getting gusty by the midweek. From the 13 Action News First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dan Smith.
Hello, I'm Matt Janowicki, the owner of Ace Appliance Sales and Service. Why would anyone want to pay an extra $200 to $1,400 for a 5-year parts and labor warranty when you can get it free at Ace Appliance Sales and Service on every appliance that you purchase? A new control circuit board on your appliance can cost you up to $1,600 to replace. Get your free 5-year parts and labor warranty only at Ace Appliance. Then just say,
Hey, Ace!
We need it fixed right away.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
Tired of traffic, noise, and too much going on? Grab a club and get out of it. Head just down the road to Ottawa Lake, Michigan, where the range is open and the fairways run wide. No pressure. Just pull in, grab a bucket, and step up. The driving range is ready. Nothing in your way. Just set your feet, grip it, and let it fly. Good contact. Open air. And when you've got it dialed in, take it out on the course. Again and again. 45 holes, 3 courses, all right here in Whiteford Valley. Whiteford Valley Golf Club, your hometown course since 1968. We'll see you out here.
America's birthday celebration is here, and His Store and More is bringing the boom. Now through July 5th, get 17.76% off any purchase over $50. That's right. Spend $50 or more and take 17.76% off your entire purchase. Looking for something bold? Something different? We've got knives, tactical gear, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind finds you won't see anywhere else. Gear up, stock up, and save big. But don't wait, because this red, white, and blue deal ends July 5th. Offer excludes tobacco products. No other discounts apply. Celebrate freedom and celebrate savings at His Store and More. 7325 Lewis Avenue in Temperance, where the deals explode and the spirit of 1776 lives on.
We're living in a time when people need to be smart with their money, which means making the right choice, especially with your driveway or parking lot. If it needs repairs, get a second opinion, unless you've already talked to Genite. If you have, you're on your way to a smooth, brand new surface installed by the paving pros of Northwest Ohio. For over 60 years, Genite has been the trusted leader in paving and sealing. Choose Genite, and you've made the right choice. Call 419-531-1791. The Genite Company, the paving pros.
From just engaged to getting started, Hills of Lenawee is where Lenawee gathers, celebrates, and connects. Weddings, retirements, showers, mixers, corporate events. They host it all elegantly and effortlessly with spacious banquet rooms, warm hospitality, and a team that truly cares about the details. Every gathering feels seamless and special. Booking private and professional events for 2026 and 2027. Call 517-265-2142 or hillsoflenawegolf.com to learn more. Hills of Lenawee, where your best memories take shape.
Black and White Sports.
It's not y'all. I said us as a whole.
So, again, us as a whole, because it's about changing the narrative. We don't want to keep perpetuating.
It's not about changing a narrative.
How it ain't?
It's about
you don't want it to be changed?
No. The narrative. It's about changing the man in the mirror. I didn't look at a narrative. I went in the mirror. I walked back from the mirror, nigga, fixing what I needed to fix. I became the change I wanted to see. I looked around in the house.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right, let's continue in here. It's a Monday. Let's get to work around here. My bad. We started off slow. Let's make it real Monday, so we shall. NBA playoffs is crazy. A lot went off over the weekend. We get it. We saw it. A few things to talk about. And I really certainly should take this opportunity with our next guest coming up here momentarily, man, to do the Wemby thing. But I don't know that it's a whole lot to do there. I'll do some of that with my man, Monty Features. He'll be in here. So we got more pressing things, though. Josh Burner and friends, Black and White Sports on this Monday, 100.7 FM. Thank you guys for being here with us. You guys can hit us up, 877-909-1007 if you need to do that. Text us, though. We like that, too. But listen, Josh, okay, let's get our man. Oh, excuse me. All guest calls brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. Don't you forget to revisit Fun Romance every 1-866-6499. Bella, Perrysburg to Atlanta. Okay. All right. Get Steve Taylor in here. Monty Features is here. Monty Features, what's going on, man? Good weekend and everything. I hope your Mother's Day was incredible. All of that.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
No doubt, yeah. My real Mother's Day is this weekend, man, which is my mother's birthday party. So for her birthday, 75th. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up, man. Okay. Oh no, revisit that. I'm gonna call you after the show. All right.
Yeah.
But so yeah. Thank you, sir, being here as well. A few things to do, man. And like I said, I'm gonna get on a couple of things, but I gotta get to this matter here. And plus, because I know I'm disturbing and I'm cutting into his day, I think, Josh, it might be a rehearsal or something where I know it's important. So I don't want to belabor this and dork around. And I certainly appreciate it. Let's get my man in here, man, the big dog, the real sports guy, Steve Taylor. Are you on the FIRETV connection, sir?
Yes, I hear you, man. Good afternoon, guys.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, brother. And again, man, because I know you were tied up, and I was asking you to make a special concession today. We definitely look forward to talking to you tomorrow, and we probably could do more with Benyama. We could do Spurs and do a lot of that. I got to come back to something, Steve. I got to roll it back for the people because nobody will ever believe it anyway. Even when I tell the story, when I have, people look at me with that look on their face, of course, hoping that I'm disingenuous and I'm just a clown and a fraud and whatever else. But I know there's one man on the planet, and I hope this doesn't ever have to roll out with you, as my only living witness. Don't know where the reproductions are or any sort of documentation that we can ever have archival. But Steve Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time had his program here on the ticket, and I believe he was very strong over the weekend, Steve. I couldn't remember if it was Saturday and Sunday or just Sunday, you know what I mean? Because I know there was like a mixture of both at one point or another, okay? And I came on, it was a Sunday, and if you'll recall, Steve, it was during the finals at the time, and LeBron and the Cavs were down 1-3, and you had me on doing my imitation Stephen A segment, doing my NBA thing for you. And you said, Dre, what's going down? Where we going? Where we headed with this thing? How's it going to play out? Are the Cavs toast? Is it a wrap?
Here. Here,
And you said, what was
Let
it?
me help you out.
Okay, help me out. Help me out.
Yeah, that's when you started to astutely pronounce how not only would the Cavs come back, but they would climb this mountain from a 3-1 deficit when everyone on the face of the earth thought that they were toast. Is that the one you're talking about?
This is the one I'm referring to, Mr. Taylor. That's as a matter of fact, it's exactly the one I'm talking about, sir. And so with that, I'm thinking to myself, I said, oh boy, here we go. And at first I didn't, and I was getting, because it's hard to avoid coming across with the fanboy game and the whole thing when really you would think I have a long track record of showing the people in the public that that's not how I get down. And what do I mean? I'll tell you exactly when to fool with, say, a Dallas Cowboys or a Los Angeles Lakers in this case, which I know is strong public influence, and usually it's costly to the bettors, gentlemen. It usually isn't the way to roll. Matter of fact, I was thinking it, trying to anticipate this entire series. And of course, as you guys know, I've been wrong, looking crazy. Now, again, I guess it's easy to look ultimately crazy tonight, Steve. And I'm sitting here, I was thinking, not here, but before I got here, obviously, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, King. I get it, big dog. Hold on. And if nothing else, I don't even know if I want to dance with the series, Steve, Monty, Josh. I don't even know if I want to dance there right now. I don't want to get too far over skis and do all of that. But I'm telling you, like today and the frame up of tonight, and especially when I heard these people talking this morning, I guess that's what kind of messed with me, Steve, when they said, they start writing LeBron's obituary, and then the conversation of just how would it go after losing? There's really no point in bothering watching this at all, so on and so forth. And I thought to myself, now, what would really have people bugging out if they really wanted to argue that this man has done more sorcery that we've never seen beside all the rest of the list? Because if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Features, Mr. Burnham, we've been clear, no one, and we do mean no one, has come back from the 0-3 place.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever. and certainly not to go on to any other kind of. I couldn't imagine what might be going on with the Lakers, because I'm thinking, Steve, they may, whether they have your boys next or they have Ant-Man and his crew, have also been a thorn to the Lakers. Doesn't look promising moving forward if somehow you accomplish the greatest miracle that they might say in sports with this particular OKC unit, which doesn't really look like there's flaws really on days where they are flawed. But Steve, is there any possibility where anyone in their right mind would suspect that something like this could happen, or is it just foolishness? Should the people not watch it? I don't know, but I've seen this act before from this person. And the last thing, gentlemen, the Lakers are historically, when they're in a position to be swept, 0-8. Just to add.
You know, for me, looking at, and boy, you picked the right day to ask me a question like this, because 3 minutes into last night, I knew how it was going to turn out. So, but being said, if OKC don't shoot the absolute lights out, they could be in for a world of hurt, because I promise you, that crew will look the other way of anything the Lakers do tonight.
I would caution our listeners, our people, to not necessarily allow the emotions, because I think to myself, you know what I found myself thinking, because I had the thing that had me, because I was trying to talk myself out of it. And I said, you know what your problem is, Andre? You're so worried about trying to help somebody else do something. You should try consider helping yourself, because I tried to make a phone call to somebody close to me and talk to this guy and say, hey, man, tonight is our night, big dog. Let's go. We going in, and I'm looking out, and this guy was there to meet me with the ultimate resistance, and was really disrespectful, and like I'm tripping out too, and how I should be calling him to get his advice on what to do, because I'm sorry. And because of that, I was then guaranteed before we came to the show where this is going. So I found myself thinking, gentlemen, and Monty, Steve, I don't know if you guys ever saw Trading Places, but I was thinking about Billy Ray Valentine when he was talking to the Dukes, and he said the thing about the Christmas thing and the G.I. Joe stuff, and he said, hold on, it's bottoming out. In a minute, we'll have all the suckers will be gone. And I'm thinking today is one of these days where you had to get all the suckers off the Lakers that don't really believe it, because you got to believe it. It's a lot of Lakeries running around here. They're long gone. They've gone back to not want to admit that they like the Lakers. We got those out here right about now, because they don't want to deal with the social media onslaught that could be going on Tuesday morning, or really, you know, at about 1 o'clock in the morning tonight, or this morning, you know what I'm saying, after this is wrapped up or whatever, you know. So, Steve, I didn't mean to disturb you, brother. I just wanted to get that story on deck, because nobody would have it. But before you go, hold on. And Monty, because I've not included Monty features in this. Monty, I just, in case you wanted to say something, because I know you've been tainted by all this betting talk. And I know the word on the street is, you know, but I'm just telling you, there's an opportunity here today. Okay, fair enough. I just want to give you.
Is this my opportunity right here?
Yeah, you're crazy.
Oh, well, call me Tootsie Pop, because I think it's over with.
I need that. I'm glad. Josh is with you. Josh Burnham, wait, but Josh, because I know you think, or Josh, you with Josh never agrees.
Yeah, you're talking about like the parallels between LeBron being down 3-1 with the Cavs and LeBron being down 3-0 against. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The difference is that back in 2016, Batman had his Robin by his side helping out. Well, compared to 10 years later, Robin is in the infirmary.
No, wrong. No, he's not. He wears 15.
Yeah, AR.
And you haven't really seen him yet. You're going to see him.
But would you really consider 15 the Robin? I mean,
yes. Yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. Well, in either case. Now, we might have some other form of Superman, Batman working when the other guy's involved, but the Robin guy, the sort of mid-Terry sort of thing, no, that's 15. And you're looking at, listen, prop bettors, we're going out the window, Austin Reeves tonight. Everything. Threes, assists, buckets, we snapping, especially with the disrespect. We coming back with the disrespect. But this idea that King is dead, that is the perfect place for a superhero writing a legend and a narrative that has nothing that will make y'all say, Michael Jordan, sit your ass down. You ain't done that.
I would be on the train with you had not AR had the game he had the other day. He had 31 the other day. And so I think that I think he had 31 the other day or something like that. So I think that they're going to give a valiant effort, but it's going to be time to sweep up and get the reels out, bro. That's where I'm at.
And that's that's the people.
Austin AR had 17 points on 5 of 13 shooting.
Oh, what did I see? 31.
He was broke. No, he's been playing horribly. And but let's do this.
Where I got 31 from?
Don't worry about it. You talking about tomorrow when you come on tomorrow?
Okay,
that's what you saying. You saying tomorrow's numbers. That's all that is. Like damn, right? We're gonna say Monty Feature. How you do that, Monty Feature? I didn't know you could do that like that. You didn't tell me you was the premier. You didn't tell me you had to look ahead. So Steve, with the look ahead, real quick for you jump out, man. Because like I said, I know we cutting in on you, brother. Listen, just real quick though, I think we talking too much about Wemby's elbow, but being that he's not going to be suspended, I guess what does it do? Did you think that it was a good chance he may be ahead of time, or did you also feel like some of the people when he had spent most of the game out, so it was probably fair that he not be suspended, or you wouldn't necessarily expect him to be suspended?
When those people can explain to me how in the hell a 6'7" guy can tie up a 7'5" guy over his head without fouling him, can somebody please explain that to me and make that make sense? Like, man, this don't make sense how this guy's being, man, referee. I'm, totally on board with what Mitch Johnson said, man. You talking to a guy that's seen every game this year, man, and it's just not fair. We just ain't opened our mouths, man. We don't say nothing about it. We deal with it. But, like, man, it's basketball. You know how it is, man. Man, you keep grabbing at me, man. At some point, you gonna catch one of these, man. Back the hell up. It's basketball. Y'all know how, Monty, you know how this thing go, man.
Hey, that was your goal. Yeah, Monty, you take that one.
I absolutely loved it. From the moment I saw it coming. I loved it. I was like, yes. And what he did though is now he said a statement. He made a statement. Y'all not gonna just keep doing this to me. There's gonna be some consequences and repercussions, as they say in life.
Right.
But I loved it. It was a throwback to me, and it showed me again. Remember how I talked about how he's getting mean? Oh yeah, I love it. And when he comes back, and I knew they weren't going to suspend him, but when he comes back, he coming back with vengeance.
Yeah,
he's going for 40. He's going for a 40 piece, man, all flat.
That's what's up, Steve Taylor. Hey, listen, man, we're going to talk to you tomorrow, big dog. I appreciate you. I needed this today before the game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because if I try to come with it tomorrow, it doesn't look right. Like I said, I'm out here on the island, man. I know, again, I love it. I got clowned before the show just on some complete, nonsense. Like I'm tripping. So I couldn't be happier. I don't mind it. And like I said, we got to go out. Let's go all the way out. I'm going out with the team. And I would caution you all, though, the season just really isn't complete. I just can't believe that we're in this place. And like I said, the greatest trick ever. This will be his greatest trick. Get set. Get set for his greatest trick yet.
Needs more games. And that's the bottom line. The NBA needs more games.
Yeah, man, this man can carry this league for a damn generation and a complete lifetime. And y'all think y'all want to embarrass him out the door? Because I think it's the ride out the door. I still feel like that on some level. It really could be it, whatever. All this other talk I don't know about. But right in this moment, I think that's where he's at. And I think you about to see that guy. It's that man. I think it's about to be that man tonight, mama. It's about to be that man. That's all I'm saying. This glorious sun tonight. I think it's glorious sun tonight. But I think it's glorious sun tonight.
Oh, don't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see what that is. Triple double. That's what it is. Steve Taylor, everybody. I appreciate you, man. We talk to you tomorrow, big dog.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
Yes,
back in the
sir.
studio. Yep.
Monty Features, man. We come back, man, on the other side. We got some more work to do. NBA, all right? Make it real Monday. We must.
When the game ends, the real talk begins. Black and white sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
We have an accident blocking the 75 southbound off-ramp to Detroit. Other than that, typical volume for this time of your Monday commuter. Seeing anything or not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This hour is brought to you by Dunn Chevrolet. Want to know the best way to make a new vehicle affordable? Lease it. When you lease, you get a new vehicle every 2 to 3 years. You're always under warranty, and your payments and maintenance costs are lower. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is...
last night.
great. And my husband basically guarded the box like it was treasure.
Any leftovers?
Not a chance.
Make dinner exciting again with the return of Vito's Taco Pizza. Now back with a new kick, packed with flavor, loaded with fresh toppings, and served with all the fixins you love. But only for a limited time. And if it's not a taco pizza you crave, grab one of their other specialty pizzas like the pepperoni trifecta, Uncle Vito's sweet barbecue chicken, or their award-winning Mediterranean pizza. Find your nearest Vito's Pizza and order tonight at vitos.com.
It never hurts to get a second opinion, especially when it comes to your car. Hudson'sAutomotive.com.
Black and white sports.
What would you tell him about getting his money right first?
Man, if you heal your trauma. Because if you get your money, all you're going to do is feed your trauma and your demons. Because it's in your nature to destroy yourself. That's why God won't turn you over to yourself unless that's what you really want. Worst thing God could do to you is to allow him to turn you over to you.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
100.7 FM, that's ESPN here in the Glass City. Black and White Sports, we continue. One final time in this first hour before we get gone. Monty Features in here. Shout out Steve Taylor, too, man, coming through real quick for me like that. Hold on, man. Hightower, you a fool, too. Hightower said, he said them boys in the hospice. Hightower said my Lakers. Cut the games, man. These boys, listen, I'm just telling you, it's getting ready to get very interesting for those looking. I don't know if it's the end of our television watching. I don't know. But, I mean, it could be. Usually it is thunder heavy. We get it. I'm just saying, we haven't seen whatever Lakers were alive that you guys were believing in, heading into the playoffs and so forth and so on. Even with the injuries, and there were certain things happening. So it's all good. Do what you do. Believe what you believe. You're going to get to the Cavs, Pistons. We got to do that, Monty, before you go. But before anything, let me do this because we had to do that, sort of impromptu maneuver there, man, and Steve coming in. We're going to talk to him tomorrow, though, about all the Spurs stuff because these boys will be on deck, obviously. But tonight, again, I should have came in here jersey, but I can't wear my 9 jersey anymore because, LeBron, I had the Van Exel all the way up until LeBron. My jersey was spectacular. Nobody had it. No Laker fans had the purple Van Exel. I had the 9. Nobody had that. Now here he comes, and it's all janked off completely. But nonetheless, I should have had it on today. I need it on. This is one of those moments. But let's ring the bell real quick, Josh. Monty, real fast before we get out of this first hour because I'm off schedule. So we need to change that. Anthony Butler would be pleased if we could somehow get it back on track in his honor. So we will do that. The Master Barber and Stylist, everybody, 419-407-0880. Give him a call today. You might want to get your appointment in line for the rest of the week. So we will get our appointment with Ring the Bell in line by getting it done here. Master Barber and Stylist, ladies.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
Okay, as we ring the bell on this Monday, obviously you guys know we're coming in off the weekend, and there was some electricity here locally, as we are well aware. Game 1 took place. Walleye, though. We come back home, fellas, down 0-1, 4-1 loss to the Comets. On Mother's Day.
It's going to be a war.
Game 2, tomorrow night. Huntington Center. Glass City, be in attendance. Clearly, your assistance is welcome. Okay. Mud Hens. The information is what, Josh Burnham?
We lost.
Oh. More not great about the weekend. 8-1. Ooh. 6-game series split with the Redbirds.
From Memphis town.
Okay, got that. Don't love it. And MLB Tigers snap 5-game losing streak, 6-3 win over Royals.
Central still up for grabs.
What are they wearing? Oh, okay, that's the Tigers and grabs. Okay, KC, I see now. I was about to say, who is this with the blue? The pink thing is the catcher is wigging me out.
It's a Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's tripping me out. They was doing a lot. Okay, I got you. All right, let's go. Then we have the guards. They lost 5-4 to the Twins as Minnesota won yesterday. Just so you know. I just want to add that for those who don't believe. I got the same cat who told me tonight I was a goofball on what I'm saying with the Lakers. And this is another, he doesn't believe in my same city thing. But there you go. Twins win. And T-Wolves. So there you go. And then the Reds over the Stros, blank them 5-0.
And that's it.
Okay. Ring the bell. Brought to you by Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Give him a call. 419-407-0880. 5-star Google rating usually is enough incentive to do exactly that. All right. Let's roll up out of here with this last hour, man. Monty Features is here. And so impressed before we go. Let me get back to these Cavs, man, and Pistons. So tonight, well, first, quick question. Where you at tonight? Obviously, Cavs looked impressive. You even saw the fellas in the group chat. They were carrying on Chris, Andy, and these boys. The better. James Harden down the stretch. Plays. Can't really trip. So maybe some thoughts there. And, where you at with this as we come into this tonight?
So I think the Cavs will even up the series tonight. Did they ever substantiate whether Harris was out or not? Because I haven't seen anything else about it.
You know what? I saw that too. Hold on. Now we got to check. Hold up, Josh. Let's go to that. We got to check the lineup.
Because that's a big piece if Harris is missing.
But what did I say? Did I say that? Was I the one to put that in the chat?
I don't remember. Somebody did. But I just tried to look it up, and I didn't see anything where it was saying he was out. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's important. Hold on. What are you saying? Hold on. What we got? We got Duncan Robinson, Thompson, Cade. You got to buy. But see, yesterday, the other day, I'm not necessarily riding with this. Now Google it different. If you can, sir, Josh, please Google that. And we need a different source because the other day that it also led us astray. I'm trying to think who was supposed to be out and they weren't, or they were, they weren't supposed to be, but they were. And I don't know. I can't think of exactly which series. I just remember sitting here like we are now, and I'm looking at the screen like, oh, okay, old boy's playing tonight. Cool, we rolling. And no,
but I actually think the Cavs are probably going to win tonight and maybe the next game as well, just to make it interesting. That's how I feel.
Well, that's what okay, that was you, Monty. I was saying that. I was like, what if we have a scenario, the Cavs go up and Detroit comes back down? But here's the only problem with that. Now today, it's looking like though it's a Detroit squeak and leaker, and they pop these boys tonight, and they go up 3-1. So I'm not sure. And again, I can't necessarily wash that out of my brain and thinking like that's crazy. That's not a weird scenario to me.
Right.
I can see Detroit playing a different game. They didn't necessarily play a bad game per se. Cleveland just played a better game. Guys that you needed to do some things, did some things, and Cleveland was at home. That doesn't say a whole lot in terms of game 3, other than this is what was supposed to happen. So I'm saying all that to say at this point, I feel like we need we didn't see that coming moment.
Right.
In this series. You know what I'm saying? So
see, but my we didn't see that moment comes in game 5. Well, how I feel. I think when they go back to Detroit, that's when Cleveland, that'll be the we didn't see that coming moment. And then the series will get really interesting from that point on. So that's just my thought. And I've been wrong a whole lot of times.
No, I got you. I'm not mad at it. Like I said, it's a different. The reason I like it, and that's why we probably need to get away from this mode of thinking. But I like it because nobody would really bet that.
Right.
And I'm saying like, okay, today. But see, this is why I like Detroit today, because most people feel like Cleveland's winning today, though. I think if you stop the average person, even if it's close, because it was pretty close to a 50-50 prospect, and that's just this series. We said that. I think any game with these two teams should probably be seen as you never know with these boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, we can't trust them. It wouldn't be crazy to see Detroit come out here, get busy, and Cleveland come back and be broke again in their building. You know what I mean? Because, again, most people, I still think, feel confident that Cleveland ends up winning this. So for that reason, I think I'm liking Detroit, especially Detroit with the 3.5, because I do think we have a game that is, I think it's pretty closely contested.
And that's why I don't like, because I don't see Cleveland coming back from a 3-1 deficit. I just don't see that because they're so iffy. And that's why I think they'll win tonight. I can see Detroit coming back from a 3-2 before I see Cleveland coming back from a 3-1, if that makes sense.
No, I got you. I feel that. No, I ain't mad at you. That's probably the more logical way. That's what it is. Monty Features, appreciate you, man, hanging in today. All right, as every day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, sir.
All right, have a good one.
Yep, you as well. All right, everybody. We will come back in here. Second hour, more work to do. It's a Make It Real Monday. That's all we're trying to do, okay? Wemby's elbow, Knicks looking wild. Record performance, 194-point differential. Whoa. Yeah, I'll explain that too. So we have all of that going on, and draft lottery gives the Wizards the top look. Is anybody checking out the Wizards roster as it stands? Oh, and also too, Bucks and Giannis ready to move on. So where should he end up? Because they are open for business. It's about time. It's the fastest buck 20 in sports. It's a Monday. We'll be back. 5:05. There's a little more work to do. All right. Mama Mary says so. So sit tight. We'll be back.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
And sell.
2626. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life created by financial performance coach Derek Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I mean, they're there, and trust and believe. Watch this. As much as we would like to say we don't know if we could really look seriously at the Raptors, what you do know is that Cleveland will ultimately pull a game or two away in this series by their own merit, whether it be poor decision making, where there's excessive turnovers, where they're inept from the foul line, and some other dereliction of duty that we know that the Cleveland Cavs will put on display.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports on this Monday. Always excited when we are assigned the duty of helping make the community better. Oh, and we're doing that in conjunction with our friends from Rocket Internet, everybody. You may have heard this here, and if you haven't, and it's your first time listening to this program, and you live in this general vicinity, oh yeah, because we're helping homes across Ohio and parts of Michigan stay internet connected for less than you ever thought possible. How is this happening? Well, there's an exclusive offer. It's available now. Rocket Internet is offering 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month, people. Or watch this, a gig for $19.99 per month. I would say, if you were asking me, and you could be, that's a no-brainer. You see, both plans also include the equipment. Yes, the Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, there's no contract, and there's a 3-year price guarantee. Visit getrocketinternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit getrocketinternet.com or call 535-673-ROCKET for full details.
I also like local sports talk. Who doesn't? Okay. You know, I think it's like a super sports tiny thing to have the local sports stuff. There's still places that it exists. Obviously, everybody thinks those days are old, and the talking heads that literally just yell into microphones for hours at a time for radio are days of the past. It's like, no, there's still a very loyal listener to sports radio, but also there is local sports talk that still is giving the pulse of the fans. They're still giving the opinions of the fans. They're still asking the questions that need to be asked. And we have a Hall of Fame moment. They have a fervor fan base. And those guys, they love it. They're there every day. It means so much to them. They're doing bigger numbers than a lot of these podcasts out here. They think they're national podcasts. No doubt. You know, in these cities. Like, if I knew this guy existed my entire life, this would have been incredible. Good sports talk is hard to beat. It is legitimately hard to beat. Yeah. Feed me that times 10, but also, and potentially dying it. And we need him to take care of himself.
Well, and that's the big thing. Like a guy like him, like he has carte blanche to say whatever he wants. I mean, he's killing himself. You subject yourself, and he has to care. I almost hate this city because of it, so I'm going to let everybody have it. I think
it's their love of the cities that drives them every single day. We appreciate that from Paisan. But many people around different cities, they hate us. We're the national people that say something. The local people talking about the national people. The best in the world. Shout out to the local folks. We appreciate you. Shout out to sports being so damn magical. And shout out
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we appreciate you making us a part of your situation. It's the fastest buck 20 in sports. It's called Black and White Sports on this Monday. Make it real Monday. And of course, we'll make it real with Mama Mary's as we get into the second hour traffic jam portion of the program. Rolling through the area on your way home from the places of employment. Those of you doing that, we ask that you travel safely in doing so, but we also would encourage you to consider perhaps you're a little too tired for dinner tonight, or certainly to be standing in the kitchen cooking it, preparing in some way. You might consider contacting our friends at Mama Mary's. The thing is, now they're located in Holland, but if you really think about it, and the location of Airport Highway, immediately you think, see, and that should certainly encourage you because we're all enthusiasts of the community. But listen, check in with them online. We will ask, very humbly ask. Of course, we're encouraging. But listen, got a dinner move for mom, dad, the kids, everybody's included. Mama Mary's has you covered, New York style, thin crust pizza, salads, subs, pastas, more. All of this happening. But the online situation is what we want to highlight on MamaMarysPizza.com. Click menu, then deals, then $1.20. That's BUCK20, because that's in alignment and congruence with our presence and family unity with Mama Mary's Pizza. The $1.20 promo code, Josh, it's official. Plug in, people. Use that. MamaMarysPizza.com.
It will be one of the best decisions you ever made in terms of dinner time.
I do agree, and if I do say so my damn self, thank you. You would be correct, Josh Burnham. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland, on Airport and Holloway. All right, Josh, second hour. It's rock and roll. Back to it. NBA playoffs. But no, Stanley Cup too, man. That was wild too. We talked to Sandman.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Got that. What do you think? What you doing tonight, man? Colorado, Minnesota. You believe it now? You respecting the Wild, or you feel like it was just that was an aberration? It was just
I'm not going to say I'm going to go.
Flacco. What's up?
I'm not going to say I'm going to go totally Wild over the Wild, but I'm kind of like leaning towards the Wild keeping their momentum ups.
I'm going to say I'm thinking you're correct on keeping the momentum ups. You're right. Let's take a look at how momentum ups they are at home. Correct.
I do believe they are at home. It's game number 4.
Think we better go wild, everybody. Go wild. And so that will then give us a series score of, should the Wild win?
Wild, it would be tied at 2 games.
Exactamundo. Oh, you thought it was just, see, once again, Colorado would probably fall into the category of invincibility mentally, or at least that is what we have been hearing. Not just around here with our couple of hockey enthusiasts, but I could even remember Steve going into a vicious tirade on the Avs. And, you know, Andy subtly does it. Andy doesn't shout it much, but he always makes it clear at the end of the day, you probably shouldn't walk down the street of against them. But I'm telling you, I don't really want to say it because it'll definitely thwart any. It's not about some of my immediate goals in life as they pertain to teams I like. But I'm telling you, wouldn't it be something if this Minnesota thing was a real consideration and we hadn't been considering it? Josh, what if they end up beating the Spurs? The people would probably point to the Wemby elbow as the fall off point. Like, imagine if the T-Wolves win tomorrow, because the game is in San Antonio, right? We back in Texas tomorrow.
They're back.
Yeah. A lot of people be betting on the Spurs tomorrow.
Yeah, and the fact that Wemby won't be suspended is a good thing.
Yep, that too. So they'll and already, what do we hear? Steve just said it. Steve went off with the 40 piece. He just said you're going to get. So anybody who will listen is going to be talking about the Spurs not only winning, but Wemby going crazy. So a couple of things, possible red flags. And I'm only saying this, not that these things can't happen, because sometimes what is just is, and guys, teams, people, they perform in a way where you knew it's what it was. They gave you exactly what you knew it is every time. Okay. But generally speaking, when the conversation is slanted too far over here, it's important to consider going over there. And I'm just telling you, it would be something. Matter of fact, let me take a look now. You might as well take a gander right now, Josh, at tomorrow's premonitions. Spurs laying 10.5.
Yep.
No. That's funky. That's scary. I don't know about the T-Wolves winning, because they probably will get beat tomorrow. If you were asking me to pick one, I know we got to stick to today. Let's stay on today's activities and stay focused on today, because the Lakers are becoming more of an underdog as we speak. And I appreciate that. I love it. The number's gone up from 11.5 to 12.5 with respect to OKC. We're coming back there. But the Timberwolves tomorrow in Texas, getting 10.5. Normally, I would say there's a reason for that, and I might go ahead and lay that. I don't know, though. There's something about the Timberwolves team that just is hard to gauge, and they become more unpredictable as it goes on. Now, did I think yesterday? I don't even know what I thought about yesterday, to be honest with you. I can't even tell you. Yesterday, whether Wemby, if he's in there, I feel like I was still Timberwolfy. I think. Not exactly. I can't remember, Josh. But like I said, I knew immediately. I feel like, if I'm being honest, I didn't want to say this to Steve, and I'll save it for tomorrow. But if you guys want to know the truth, I feel like Wemby just executed company orders, which is also why he's not suspended. And he wasn't going to be. And they did it early enough. It was the plot. Nothing to it. Because he just said, make it look good. Pick a point to do it. Don't hurt anybody. He chopped him to the neck. Didn't really hurt him. Wemby he chopped him with the elbow that has the elbow pad on it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he hit him. When you hit him, he hit him with the elbow pad. Nobody checking that. Didn't really kill Nas Reed. Looks way worse on camera than it probably actually even felt. Nas Reed, not necessarily a lightweight. Not that clears it or makes any of it cool. Not necessarily great on the eye. Gives Wemby the idea that from now on, he is certainly within his own license to regulate as he sees fit in the toughest manner possible. So a few things happened on that play, certainly with the optics. A lot of things went on there. That's just me. This is just me. I'm just saying my little thing. This is where I'm at. I didn't buy it. And it wasn't bought. I'm sorry. But it worked. It worked because you all are in the spot and you're all ready. And so, again, that is another reason why I'm concerned about this game tomorrow and how people are so certain that this kid will have his most explosive game. I'm not sure if that's the case. And the Timberwolves might just zap everybody to really throw the balance off here because you wouldn't know what to do. And even furthermore, if the Timberwolves were to pull off what might be seen as a significant upset under the circumstances, you will be a lot less inclined to try to bet those incredible Spurs you all were determined to take all the way to the championship, especially when suddenly they might have their backs on the wall and the youth that you were talking about and all of that you will say has shown up and you should no longer believe in it. And Ant-Man and the Timberwolves have been there. They've done it. They've shown you blah, blah, and blah, blah. All of this looks like we're getting a lot closer to the events I've just described. Love Minnesota tomorrow. Love them now. I've talked myself into it. So, fortunately, we must focus on today. All right. 877-909-1007. It's a Black and White Monday. Okay, we'll talk to Sandman here a little bit later on. Here's hour number 2. We're in the midst of the mozzarella minutes, Mama Mary's Pizza, because you might be looking for a good deal, folks. Well, Mama Mary's will give you 20% off any order online. Just as a quick reminder, don't forget to use the promo code BUCK20. That's BUCK and the number 20, because we know sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner. And again, tonight's a good night to shift and veer off, especially we got games to watch, etc. All right. Easy on the wallet and easy on your mind to feed the family. Okay. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway. Don't forget that. All right. 419-867-9991. MamaMarysPizza.com. But yep. So quick mention here, sidestep back to the Knicks if we could roll back further, because we're not going to be seeing them for quite some time. Let me ask Josh, because Monty's not here. I may ask Andy this. Josh, what do you think? You feeling like Knicks now? You feel like that's the championship path? Is that your best option to who's going to win all this?
Well, I was right about one thing. The Sixers did run out of gas, like I mentioned last week, and they proved it in their 2 home games that turned out to be their last 2 games of the season.
Right.
And I don't doubt the Knicks as a serious contender, but I still stand by my prediction of winner of Cavs and Pistons will represent the East in the finals. I think the Knicks, maybe the Knicks, the layoff will be
bad either opponent. You're saying it doesn't matter which one of them they get.
Yeah, because the Knicks, with all that time off, rest can turn to rust.
No, I got you. And some people are not really liking that. They don't like the idea. I've heard some people dispelling that on a couple of the shows this morning and what have you. 144, 114 yesterday. Knicks continue to look crazy. Like I said, Knicks look sick as we saw record 3-point display. Okay. You know the irony of this record-setting first half, Josh, with these 18 threes and his 54 points, all of this? What's the funny part?
What is funny about it?
When the Knicks do go home before the finals, it will be because of a poor shooting night, or they will lose to low point production. You understand what I'm saying?
As a Celtics fan, I know it way too well.
That will be the irony of all things. When it all shakes out, is what I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm jumping on this train. And again, I get it. There's something to be said too. The Knicks, the history, can it be a New York moment? Okay, but I don't know. I still think there's a play for Giannis somehow in here because, again, I mentioned the fact that they're ready to do business now. Giannis will be getting out of Milwaukee somehow, some way, and where he lands, that would be very interesting because that will certainly tilt quite a bit. Let me ask you this, because I heard someone mention they would love to see Giannis in Boston. Would you like that at the expense of trading Jaylen Brown? Josh Burnham, your thoughts, Boston Celtic fan.
I would like to see how they were able to. It depends on not just Jaylen Brown, but another asset or two that the Celtics might have to try to get Giannis to Boston.
But do you like it though? But I'm saying, if however they got it done, if you look up come Halloween and Giannis is on the Celtics, what will be your energy?
I would like it at first, but then when the season starts, I want to see him if he delivered the goods.
Okay. But you're interested. You're definitely interested. Okay, you're interested. Okay. That's what's up. 877-909-1007. Where should he go? I wasn't necessarily talking about Giannis, but it comes into play just, because I, as a sidestep, mentioned, but where should he end up? I'd like to hear from the people. Text us that, 877-909-1007. Where would he be the most interesting with respect to shifting the balance of power, which obviously we know would be a very strong likelihood wherever he's ending up. But, that Boston thing, I think the reason I give credence to the idea of Jaylen Brown being moved because of these last antics or these comments and things the other day. I think, and after the season, I feel like they might say, well, good, while we can get the max for you, let's go ahead and get you up out of here since you don't really seem like to be a company guy. Because Jaylen Brown feels like a non-company guy at this point, and that could be problematic.
I cannot wait for the 30 for 30 on that team. And what would Jason Tatum's take on all this stuff? Like, if there's any tension between the two guys.
And I don't even know if it's that. I just think he doesn't like that situation, and maybe the way it's structured, and obviously because Jason Tatum is seen the way he's seen in terms of the organization, et cetera. Maybe that is a little troublesome for him, and not so much at JT specifically, but more of a thing that says, I deserve as much respect, and I don't understand why I'm not being seen this way. Then we can start to flirt with a lot of other notions and things that may be applied to some of that. But hey, Brad Stevens, it'll be great to see what's going to go on. It'll be great to see what people are going to do all over the NBA to sort of do business with our man Antetokounmpo, right? All right. So anyway, but Wemby, elbow, all of that, not suspended. Game 5 will be interesting. I like the T-Wolves on an early play, though, with the 10. But tonight, Lakers, I told you guys where we're at on it. There's nowhere else for me to go, though. Either fan or not, betting or not, I think, obviously, it's maximum value tonight. This is a place to steal. Can the Lakers stay alive with it? It's not winning the series. Nobody's even saying that. We're not even going that far. But do you believe that LeBron James will be unceremoniously trounced out of the playoffs and embarrassed in it for having him be in it? Why not have him be? I mean, why have the Lakers even be in it? You know, it could have been, obviously the Lakers could have finished up in a way that certainly would have seen them not make the playoffs, and no one would have been any more disturbed at all for that being the situation. But yet they are here. Why are they here? Just to come here and kind of do this and roll out? Let me talk to my man Sam, man. We'll come back and do that, all right? We'll try to finish this show as strong as we can. Stanley Cup conversation as well, okay? Because that's getting thick too. Because that Colorado, Minnesota tonight ought to be a smoker. So we'll do that. Make it real. Monday, we will do that. Sandman, we come back, finish it up. Black and white. Monday.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a good deal? Mama Mary's Pizza will give you 20% off any online order when you use the promo code BUCK20. That's BUCK and the number 20. We know sometimes you're just too tired to make dinner. Mama Mary's Pizza makes it easy. And easy on your wallet. There's something for mom, dad, and the kids. New York style, authentic, thin crust pizza, salads, subs, pastas, and more. Get 20% off at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just click menu, then deals, then $1.20. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
tradition. Maple Grove Golf Course is located on the Michigan-Ohio border on Secor Road. Their signature hole is number 6. The par 4 dogleg right promises to be the most challenging hole you'll ever have to face. A par here will surely put a smile on your face. Cut out of work early on Fridays for their most popular special of the year. Maple Grove is the place to be this summer for any golf event. Come out today, located on Secor Road on the Michigan-Ohio border. Maple Grove Golf Course, a Michigan golf tradition.
Black and white sports.
I want to thank the guys that are not my friends anymore. I'm glad that you blew your cover for me to recognize that you wasn't any good to my family or me. And I appreciate y'all for that. So if I make any more new friends, I know the signs. Thank you.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Back in here as we cross the bottom of the hour. Black and White Sports on a Make It Real Monday. ESPN, the ticket 100.7 here in the Glass City. Shout out to all my guys, man, on my Facebook Live. Generals, man. Appreciate all you guys, everybody in here today. Lawson, what's going on from the Shy? We see you. Appreciate you, man. We know you doing it online, so make sure you let the people know that. In the 312, what's good? Gary Finney in here, K. Jones, Gold Cup and everything. All right, Charles Hightower. Listen, Jones, you're right, man. McAfee would love us. They would love. They would know we was crazy. They would align us. They would love Josh. They would try to steal Josh and get him off the show and probably try to steal him. I think that's what would happen, Josh. They would try to get you. Because you're a cad. You know that, right? You're a real cad.
Yeah, I could teach these frat boys a thing or two about tact and everything.
I understand. Nobody, they don't know nothing about Josh Burnham. Understand something. All right, let's move it along, though, here as we cross this, man. Let me get into some get back to the work around here. Thank you guys for being with us. Also, quick mentions, too, Josh. I'm sorry. I'm getting out of order. Let me say, my friends at the Bassett Nut Company. I'm sorry. I was late. This should have been said a lot earlier. Yes, you might recall Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Well, yes, that proprietor and that owner Striss has expanded, and she is now the leader of the Bassett Nut Company. So keep that in mind. Monroe Street, still the same. Just up the block, though, with the cell phone company. So I have to get that information for you guys, let you know exactly when that has happened. I know the move was in motion and the transition was going on, but I wasn't sure exactly how complete it is. But, all you guys have to do is check in and just plug in and let her know that you listen to us or watch this. BassettNut.com. Big bags of nuts for your mouth. There. Also, too, at the Powers Beauty Supply, 901 Nebraska Avenue. Small business turned big business. All right. Mom, pop situation. Family. We like that. The Glass City is all about that. So that's all I need to say. Thank you, Mr. Powell, your family. All right. The Powell's Beauty Supply is over there on Nebraska Avenue. Also, to Consignment Home Interiors. Change your decor without spending more. 6925 West Central. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Jackie. People get on the showroom floor and see what I'm talking about. All right. That's Consignment Home Interiors. Do something about your life. Upgrade it by how your interior looks, or maybe the man cave. Okay, let's roll. All calls, guests brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. Once again, all right, 877-909-1007. You can drop us a text or say something too, but right now, he's going to be doing the talking. He is the Sandman. His boots are live on the ground in the 216, as they always are, but 419 is in his heart. Why? Because he graduated from over on Bancroft, and also he was a part of the BCSN construction. He was there when it was starting off, so stop acting crazy. It's not about Fail Camp. Fail Camp is the inheritor, so that doesn't make him anything that was about foundationally building anything, so stop respecting that. And respect some of the people who actually put it in play. If you actually hold it near and dear, like a lot of you do, and you're out here running around here with your chest stuck out, like this is such a great network and this and that. All right, let me stop. What's up, Sam, man? I'm tripping, man. I'm on one today. It's Monday.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm sorry. I want to thank you, Dad. What's what it is, man. I hope you had a great weekend, man. But what about those rascals? Man, what are we going to do with Schmidt, Bauer, and Noah Jeske?
I know, right? Well, Ski was in Chicago. I thought he was in Cleveland because when he sent the picture, it looked like he was outside Progressive Field. But
okay,
and he's got kids that live here in town. So But yeah, Schmidt, I don't know what's up with Schmidt and his wife. I thought they'd want to maybe try to get a bite to eat or something.
Yeah, man, we got to start bringing this together, man. I know everybody, we got to get it more family oriented. Maybe people didn't know, Andy. He doesn't.
I know it was my dad's birthday, so I wouldn't have been able to do anything. But still, just the thought.
You want to hear about? Yeah, you want somebody to hit you like these are my guys.
Like,
here, we talking on and they in town.
It's all good. But man, the price of tickets, Sav.
Oh, I know they went crazy. But, anything. Listen, postseason, Cleveland. I don't care what it is.
Okay, so you tell me how it goes from $85 for the nosebleeds per person in Game 7 of Toronto, and he sends a text that says he spent well over that for the same seats for Game 2 against Detroit. It just doesn't make sense. Or Game 3, whatever, you know what I mean.
Right. But I think, okay, there's something to be said. Probably let's call it and evaluate it as the matchup itself. Again, you can raise that price, the ticket high demand just locally. Let's just say from a local economy, and knowing that all the beneficial everything that's going to happen up and down the turnpike with this, as long as this happens, we got a few more days of this, however it goes. Obviously tonight is the perfect place to sort of start this conversation and get you on the energy of kind of what are you thinking? How are you feeling about it? Obviously, I know you guys were pleased with what you saw in certain stretches of the other day or over this weekend. Of course, Cleveland getting a win. You see better performance. Harden, again, Mitchell, really all guys in on it. Everything looked like a Cleveland Cavalier team that you had been clamoring for a while. So I wonder how confused you are by what you saw, even though I know you enjoyed what you saw.
Well, I'm not really confused because this has been the MO for the Cavs this entire postseason. It's play like that at home and then can't figure out how to play together on the road. They haven't lost at home in the playoffs. And, they just – the chemistry that they're still saying that they need to find somehow finds itself there at home, but then it just kind of dissipates on the road. And at some point, whether it's this series, if they're fortunate enough to get through this series and play the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, or if they go all the way to the NBA, some point, Sav, you're going to have to win on the road if you want to, pull this thing off.
Yeah.
So I look for tonight, I look for more of Mobley and Allen early. I still am not getting enough of them. Mitchell had to have 35. Harden had to have, 9 in the fourth quarter. I don't want to have to rely on that. I need more of a complete offense before the fourth quarter, before the second half. I've been saying this for weeks now. If you go back and watch the shows, you can see, people are probably tired of hearing me say the same thing, but that's what needs to happen. They've got to get Mobley more involved. They got to allow him to be more aggressive. They got to get Allen more involved in the pick and roll. And then, guys like Merrill and Tyson can start knocking down threes. But they almost gave away the game in the second half because they fell back to shooting the shots from the perimeter. When they attack the basket and they get aggressive on offense, they're hard to beat because you can't stop them. And I just don't understand why you don't carry that through 4 quarters and you only decide to do it when you need to do it.
Talking to Andy Sands out of here, Cleveland Cavs. 216 busy tonight. Okay, you certainly expect things to go well in their building once again. But man, I tell you, I was telling Impress this, and listen, man, and just what I'm looking at here, and I'm only, again, people, I'm just going off the information that's before me. Now, I can think a lot of things, and as delusional as you all think I am with some of my Laker OKC chatter. Here's where I don't know if you shouldn't be concerned, Andy, about how the momentum was shifting late. As you said, they managed to get out of there with that because they had put themselves in position and set themselves up to escape, relatively speaking. But Detroit was still starting to find that thing that could have quite possibly walked them down with more time, and they're in a more precarious situation, which leads me to what I'm trying to say here. Tonight, I think you get more of a strong energy from the Pistons. I'm really liking the Pistons in the first half. And if the Cavs do get this done, they may either have to battle back late or certainly be able to stay focused down the stretch of a game where each possession is ultra vital to the outcome. Because I haven't seen Cleveland play that game either. And I feel like, I don't know, last time I saw Detroit kind of do it, maybe with some Orlando, I don't know. But these boys are definitely in line for this type of game tonight. And I think I almost want to like Detroit in that situation because a lot of people betting Cleveland. A lot of people think, just at home. I'm just
I mean, because they haven't lost at home and they're a different team at home, and there's plenty of reasons to bet Cleveland. But my question is do we still know what's going on with Tobias Harris? Because
Josh, you didn't follow up. Josh, thank you. We just caught Josh's ass. Josh, you left us hanging. We went and looked. We looked. NBA.com says Harris is playing. We can't rely on that now. As much as I usually do, we don't, because the other day I just can't remember who the hell we checked on.
So in other words, NBA.com is now engaged in fake news.
I don't know about that, but sometimes
fake news, but they're not as reliable as some other sources, I would say.
It could change. The problem is we shouldn't say this because we don't want to implicate NBA.com in that level. We're not. But what I tell you guys, for those of us who check on a regular basis and need the information in order to make the astute decisions necessary, it can change before tip-off. So, Josh, what I need you to do is I was asking you earlier, could you perhaps Yahoo something or Google somewhere else, check lineups that are the current lineups tonight, game 4?
Yeah.
Cavs, Pistons, if you could, 2026. And if you could get that, and let's see if there's any contrast there. Because you're right. It's Tobias Harris that we need to check. I haven't heard
they're a different team when he's not cooking, and that's the team I think the Cavs feel like they wanted, quote unquote, wanted to play in the playoffs, was the team where Tobias Harris is ineffective and they just have to stop Duren and Kate and not worry about the other guys. But when Harris is giving you 20, 25 a night, this is a different look. It's a different team.
Right. And I feel, again, very accomplished in requesting this most of the year because you're there. That's what you're there for.
Right. That's why he went back to Detroit and left Orlando, because he thought he could be a piece that was missing and he could help out their offense. But
so far, so good, though.
The thing I'll say about tonight, Sav, I don't think either team gets a double-digit lead. I think it's that close throughout. I can get that. We've seen both teams have significant leads. Cavs almost blew a 17-point lead the other night. That's inexcusable, especially at home. You can't, in the second half, you can't do that. I don't think either team gets a lead like that tonight. And if they do, then it's twice that. It's 20, 30 points. It's not 15 or 17 or anything like that. But the other thing is, the thing I like is that maybe James Harden has gained a little bit of confidence after what he did in the fourth quarter in game 3. And, that puts Cleveland in a spot where they're tougher to deal with, right? When you get Harden and Mitchell playing off of each other, playing together, Atkinson said the other day, I want Harden to isolate. I want him to go one-on-one. I want him to be more, of an offensive player and not just the facilitator that he's outstanding at doing. But I need him to be James Harden. We saw James Harden be James Harden for the first time maybe in his career in the playoffs the other night. If he can play like that, the Cavs are winning this series. They will find a way to win a game on the road. But if he doesn't play like that, they're done in 5. So, it just depends on Harden. It's all going I put it all on Harden. Mitchell finally showed up the other night. He always shows up at home. I don't expect anything less from him. This comes down to, what are you going to get from James Harden? If you get that version of James Harden, the Cavs win the series. If you don't, they're done in 5.
And Coach Graffiti said Cavs in 6. And Josh, what did you have? You put all that and went through that. Would you say it before we go to this break, please?
Okay, I see. They have Tobias Harris in the lineup for Detroit. This is from RotoWire.
Okay, so that's 2 sources so far. So we expect Harris tonight. Nothing goofy there. Expect that. But again, Detroit is serious. Before we go, though, we're going to go to this break and come back. Here's a Pat McAfee moment. This is how we know, K. Jones. If Pat McAfee and them boys ever hear it and they hear some of these excerpts, they're going to know it's all love. We cosmic cousins. We're going to come back and finish the Stanley Cup talk. But again, moments of are always flowing on the Pat McAfee Show. Today, your boy Josh and Andy, perfect times for Andy. PK Subban is involved here.
NHL action. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, obviously Avs traveling to Minnesota to take on the Wild. Do you think they find a way to even this up? But I guess what are you looking for from the Avs? We thought they were untouchable. Now Minnesota and Quinn Hughes comes out and beats them 5-1 on Saturday night. Like, what are you looking for tonight?
Oh, they gotta pound their D.
Ugh.
Like it's gotta be an assault. Yeah, they do. And like, listen, I'm saying get in, bang on them all night. Like, I'm being honest, pucks in the corner, it should be an assault because for me, they're depleted. They're asking a lot of Quinn Hughes and Faber to be up the ice. You gotta make them come 200 feet. You can't have
record.
Beat the hell out of that D. Like it stole something.
Complete them.
Just kept going.
Get everything out.
Kept going.
Just kept going.
200 feet.
Oh my God.
Another 200 feet.
200 feet. Jeez.
From the sidelines to the headlines, this is Black and White Sports with the one and only Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
York, it's just what you're looking for.
Find just what you're looking for at York Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We have Toledo's best selection, over 500 vehicles to choose from. Sign and drive today with payments as low as just $199 a month, up to $15,000 in discounts, or 0% financing for 60 months. Online at YorkChryslerJeepDodgeRam.com. On select models excludes tax, title, and fees. Lease for limited term with zero due at inception. Not all will qualify. Offers expire 12/31/26.
A stroke off your score. $75 per player or $300 per team includes skins and prizes. 21 and over. Call now. 734-854-4909. Father's Day is coming. Give Dad the gift of golf this year. Crooked Creek Golf Course. God bless America.
Spring break should be relaxing, not spent on the side of the road. Let Hudson's Automotive in Holland give your vehicle a full spring checkup. Fast service, friendly technicians, and peace of mind for every mile. Hudson's Automotive, where safe trips begin. Hudson'sAutomotive.com.
Black and white sports.
I want us to be evolved. I want us to deal with things like men, not emotion. I want us to really be rich, not look rich. I want us to be friends. I want us to stick together. I want us to take care of our kids. I want us to take care of our women. I want that to be cool. I want selling out to be sucker shit. I want looking the other way to be sucker shit. I want treating women bad to be sucker shit. I want fucking with little girls to be sucker shit. I don't want people to be working with people even though they do stuff.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
One final time, let's get ready to get out of here on this Monday. I appreciate the day with everyone. Cool, calm, it's sunny, it's nice, weather rolling with us. We like all of this going on. Mother's Day coming off of that. Hope everybody did it. It was pleasant and you guys enjoyed yourselves, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get back to this work tonight, all right? So thank you, Monty Features, coming through here today. Steve Taylor, the real sports guy, popped in real quick to come through with testimony. All right, Andy Sanzata is here currently, and we will try to make it complete on his watch, and we like that. A few items. We were talking Cavs, of course, before we left on the break. Real quick, Andy, let me ask you this. A couple of items I just want to bounce through real fast, and like I said, we want to Stanley Cup ourselves out of here and give the people these picks for tonight. Your thoughts on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks? We are in business now. He will be moved. We can certainly expect or should look forward to that. In just a quick word on where you think he should end up. Obviously, we can't really assess where he will end up. But in your mind, what would cause the most catastrophic results if he were to land in that town?
That's hard to say. I mean, I think the obvious is the Lakers. Another one would be the Rockets, with Durant staying there. But believe it or not, Sav, don't overlook the Cavs in this scenario, because if they don't get through this series, there's a lot of talk around here that Evan Mobley goes to Milwaukee for Giannis. So I obviously it would take more than just Mobley, I think.
Yeah, right. Because you sounded crazy saying that. People.
Well, I'm not saying it's a 1-for-1, but I'm just saying he would be the key piece in that package. Because that could be what they feel is missing. So you can't ever not say that would happen. It's highly unlikely, because I think they're going to end up winning the series. But yeah, I would say a lot of people would not like to see him go to LA and join LeBron and Luka and that whole circus. So I know you would, but not a lot of people would.
I don't know if I don't know, but again, there's more to it, because again, they were writing LeBron's obit, which is kind of just real quick tonight. Just a quick thought too on, obviously you got the Cavs. What are you doing with OKC? Do you give the Lakers any heartbeat at all? Nobody has today. Monty doesn't. Josh doesn't. Well, I take that back, because Steve understood me and he says, I get where you're going, Dre, only because I had Steve come on to quantify the time when I was on his show on a Sunday before Game 5 Monday, when the Cavs began the walk down of the 1-3. And I said, just to make a long story short, this is his greatest magic trick ever. And I was calling him, you saw the banner we put up, people, we had LeBron as the magicians. That's he and the Lakers tonight as they start that. All the suckers have cleared out. Nobody betting on the Lakers except me. I'm the lone clown and the lone ass face by itself now. And this is where we cash in. But
well,
just tell me how
you might be able to cash in, but I watched some of the post game interviews in the Lakers locker room the other day, and they were defeated. They were talking about how they have to come and show up for the fans. They have to play better. They have to compete, because that's what they're paid to do. those are comments that tell me that mentally they're done, that they just have checked out. So because of that, because I saw that firsthand, I think Oklahoma City completes the sweep tonight. But at the same time, you know, it's the NBA, and stories, they love to rewrite stories, and you know, nobody has ever come back from 3-0. So with all those things in mind, you know, I guess there's always an outside chance. But
if I'm king, Andy, if I told him earlier, I said Gloria's son is coming out tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna see a different one today. Because I mean, like I said,
I think that if anything happens, it's because he doesn't want to be that meme that's been going around about being the only father-son duo to be swept in the playoffs. I think he's just prideful enough to play hard enough to avoid the sweep. But there is absolutely no way in hell they come all the way back and win this series. They might steal a game, maybe even two, but there's no way they're going to do it. Nobody's ever done it for a reason.
It's hard for me to go there on that.
Nobody's ever done it for a reason. It's the most impossible thing to do in the NBA, just because of the competitive balance and the officiating and everything. And I don't think it'll ever happen.
And who would he be? Who would he be in your lexicon and in the folklore if he did it though? What would he be?
If he did it, I would say it was set up for him to do it. I wouldn't give him credit.
Buckle up, people. Game. Oh, tonight.
Did you real quick before we get to hockey? I'm just curious. Did you get Steve's take on Wemby's ejection and whether or not it warranted an additional suspension?
No, we didn't go because I said, Steve, we're gonna get at it tomorrow. Obviously,
okay.
Tomorrow,
and we're talking back Tuesday. Yeah.
But he did leave though. Just so you know, he was like, no, but get up off me though. If you keep doing that, eventually you're gonna catch one of these. And that was his kind of thing, his early energy on it. But we're gonna talk about it for sure. You know, like I said, because it's getting ready to matter. That's for sure. But okay, let's get these damn picks. Oh, hey, real quick, any thoughts on lottery at all? Not a lot to say there. I just think the Wizards roster as it is intriguing. Now you got the number one pick. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I think they can make the playoffs next year if they get this right and stay healthy. With the current roster that they have and Anthony Davis coming back, that's why I said stay healthy. Yeah. Trae Young is motivated to play in his hometown. You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to add a key piece alongside him at the guard? Or are you going to go at the 3 at the small forward? Because that's a hole in your lineup. So, you know, whichever direction they go in. But I wouldn't care what I needed. I would just take the best player available if I had the number one overall pick.
That's what's up. All right, brother, let's do this, man. Okay, last night you heard the PK as they set that up, man. That 5-1 last night, impressive or, again, illusion. Where are we at with that, man, as we come in here again? You know where we at tonight.
I said, you know, a while ago, this is going to be a long series. Colorado's not just going to walk into the Western Conference Finals. Minnesota is a very talented team. I thought they made a massive mistake taking out Wallstat in Game 2, which is why they lost Game 2. They put him back in on Saturday night. It made the difference. He's the one that should be in there. Maybe he just needed a game to look at things from a different perspective. I think his confidence is sky high. Minnesota's hard to beat at home. This series ends up tied after Game 4 tonight.
Like the Wild. I do too. Thank you, Sam, man. That gives me a lot of confidence with the play. I think a lot of people are just buying into that invincible illusion with the Avs a little bit. Got to have some drama, people. I think we underestimate that with all of this. So I like you there on that. Again, Andy says OKC, they get it done. Get these Lakers up out of here. Everybody get your brooms out. And, of course, he likes Cleveland tonight. I still like the Pistons. All right, Josh, we got the banners. Let's roll the banners real quick. Let's get the 4. We got a 4-pack for you tonight. Let's see if it is going to work out for me today. I'll give you all the points everywhere. Again, Lakers 11.5 at the time. Now 12.5, meaning it's climbing. It's getting more ridiculous. Everybody going OKC, money dumping everywhere. And the money line, fickle-rickle. So do what you want. Dance the dance if you like. I like the Pistons with the 3.5 here. Don't want to disrespect Cleveland at home. Again, they showed us a better performance. I'm sure they will follow it up with more, but I like it to be a tight game. I think Andy's right on with the nip and tuck throughout the night. But again, I do like Detroit first half, just as a quick sidebar. And as we said, too, did we get the we got some unders, too. My bad. I got the under on, which one did I say, Josh? We got the under NBA to
You only got
214
the
and a
under
half.
for the Lakers and the Thunder.
And the Thunder. 214 and a half is the under there with the Laker and Thunder. So let me slip that in. And like we said, NHL Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. We're going under 6.5 with this, Mr. Sanzata. And
the other thing, real quick, Sav, the other reason I like Minnesota, Colorado might be having questions right now about their goaltending. So that's a good time to catch them as well.
Okay, there you go. Well, we'll see what that is. Maybe that's why we got the high number. But like I said, we think it'll help. We catch 6.5. We'll go south of that. All right. So that's what that is on the play, everybody. So there's a total of that. 1130 is the total on the parlay, 4 plays right there. And again, if you want to dance with the Minnesota and the puck line, we like that too. All right. So for Andy Sanzata, for Monty Features, for Josh Burnham, for Steve Taylor. All right. I am Andre of the Savages. Enjoy this work tonight. Be kind, be respectful. Don't cheat on your wife, but by all means, handle your business today. Bet Lakers now.
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man Superstore